Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi. Back again, back again, back again. Um, Going live with you from Mississippi. The MI, crooked leg, eye, crooked leg, eye, humpback, eye. All right. I know it's been a minute since I did a live. I know it's been a minute since I did a live, right? But I'm here in Mississippi and Brazil. All right. Well, stopping off in Houston. And I know it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute since I put a live video up, but that's kind of been intentional. All right. So before I get started, I got one more thing to do. So let me go stop again. Before I get started, let me greet everybody real quick. Havorden Hardu Gudag, Ola Oitadabe, Vasas Los, Bonjour mes amis, Kedu, Bawani, Konnichiwa, Niao Niama, Sani Bonani, Jambo Harbarigani, Assalamu alaikum and Shalom. All right. So what's up right now? Dang loud trucks up here. So what's up as I just get everybody else on board? Hold on for a second, cause hey, what's up, Dale Carter? What's up, Texas Marine? All right, let me get notifications up. Dang, I don't even know how to work my own phone. Y'all know I need help. All right, let me get these notifications up real quick. Because y'all know YouTube just be tripping on my stuff. And one of the things, all right, one of the things that I want to bring to you all's attention, all right, is that a lot of people are concerned over pretty much nothing. All right. So like you got a lot of people concerned over pretty much nothing and something at the same time. Now I'll explain what I mean in a minute. All right. But first let me put these notifications out on Facebook and stuff like that. All right. Cause you know how YouTube be tripping. All right. Y'all know how they be tripping. All right. So I'm gonna just get the message up real quick. Okay, so it's saying that I'm not logged in. Okay. See, and that's what I'm saying. Um, all right. All right, so guess what they're doing now? They're blocking me on Facebook at the moment right now, talking about some suspicious um 4 comments I've written in the past 3 months. unfortunately, all right. So let me tell you what just happened. Facebook, when I logged in with my other phone, talking about some suspicious activity. All right. And so each time they do this, right, I have to, I now have to create a new password each time. And all right. So basically, let me tell you what's going on. All right, let me tell you what's going on. Right. So now I'm trying to share the video to Facebook, and all right, they're using a number of things to block me from speaking. All right, and they're not doing it in a direct way. So as y'all know, I showed y'all the block that they had up where United Music Group blocked the live video that I did on Facebook. All right, and then Facebook just now tried to block me from sharing this video on Facebook. All right, it's some crazy stuff going on, right? And so basically, what I got to do is I got to go back to Facebook. And so, wow. All right, can y'all still see me? All right. Mm. I just see, and so what they do, there we go. All right, and so I've had to change my. So what they do is they keep making you change your password like every so often, so that your behind stays confused, right? Part of the reasons behind this is that for people that they are trying to keep silent because we tell the truth about things, they try to make sure that most of the people are not going to hear it. Okay? Profile. Let's see. They try to make sure that most of us ain't going to hear it. All right. And so this is what's going on here. Now, we've been distracted by everything, and what you have is the mass media always try to program us into liking something, not liking something. They've always tried to force us, especially us as Afro men, to do things that is against our best interest and even against our desires, right? Now, part of the reason that I put Lizzo up is that I heard Lizzo at however you say her name, but I heard her on Tiny Concert on NPR, right? And she would have talent, except they tried to make a sex symbol out of her. Now, this is how through we are as a people. All right, this is how through we are as a people. We are so through as a people that the media. That's what this video is going to be about. How the media is manipulating everybody. That the media had decided to, and I want y'all to understand this very carefully. The media had decided the media had decided to try to force us to do everything, to like everything and stuff, especially us as Afro people, right? Because they know how gullible we are, right? We fall for anything they put out there. And that's what's going on. Now, one of the things that they try doing is, I want to holler at some of my Guilherme. Hold on, I'm trying to get some of my brothers from Brazil on here. I'm trying to get some of my Brazilian brothers on here real quick. So y'all bear with me. All right. So this is what's happening. So we fall for so much garbage that they think they could keep feeding us garbage, right? Our media and all the facets of our government has become so untrustworthy that we are at the point where we don't know what we can trust, what we should trust, and what we shouldn't trust. That's how bad the stuff is. All right? That's really how bad stuff really, really is, right? We are at the point where we don't know if we can trust anybody. So now, imagine that, where we understand that we can't trust a media that on its head is racist. Now, add to the fact, now we got this stuff going on. You see what I'm saying? Now we got this stuff going on. And with this stuff going on, can't nobody trust anybody in anything, because we've been lied to so much about everything. And we know that the United States in its history had for years tried to kill, let's take that word out, had for years tried to eliminate melanin from the equation. Let's put it like that. All right. They've tried for years to eliminate melanin. For years. All right. They've tried to eliminate melanin. So that's where we stand right now. All right. That's where we stand right now. Now, the reason why I put Izzo up is I seen way beautiful women other than Izzo, right? But they said, F that. We could get these people, we got these people so brainwashed, we could get these people follow something that is not only detrimental to healthcare overall, but they will follow her and say that this woman is attractive when before this, I want y'all to understand this, before this, it is somebody that we clearly would not have thought as attractive. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. Now, as you think about it, I want you to think about this. This is how brainwashed the media think we are. This is how brainwashed the U.S. system think we are. All right. So before I get ready to hit the road, let me shout out to everybody real quick. All right. What's up, Dale? What's up, Texas Marine? Roderick Hayes, what's going down? What's up, Dwight? Assalamu alaikum, my brother. What's up, Elo82? Hey, Frankie. What's up, Christopher Lane? What's up, Zimaloo? All right, so this is what we got going on right now, right? This is what we got going on. Ooh, that was close call. All right. So we are in a state where you got a lot of people worried. You have a lot of people worried and concerned. And people are put in a state of panic. All right. Now, one of the things in the military that you do, and why you yell and scream and everything when you are about to attack someone, is that you want to cause panic to the enemy. All right. When you cause panic, your enemy tends to not think cohesively, or they rush their thinking. All right. In any case, the reason why you want panic to be caused is confusion causes more damage. And remember Gideon in the Bible. Gideon in the Bible, the story of Gideon is the precursor for everybody's special forces. Hey, what's up, David Bowman? All right, I want y'all to get this. The story of Gideon is the precursor for the special forces. All right. What's going on now is this stuff we're going through right now is exposing how really foul people are in the United States on all levels, from the media down to the everyday Joe on the street. All right, period. All right. Here's the problem with this new virus that's out. The problem with this new virus that's out is that no one can trust the government on either side because the media is an abject failure. MSNBC, CNN, all the media outlets were so foul in how they do their news that nobody in their right mind that support President Trump, because these people lied so much on that guy, no one in their right mind would trust any everything they have to say because of how they lied. And so they're suspect. Then you take the people on the left. Well, they already don't trust the truth, right? And the only thing that they trust is anything that CNN, MSNBC, anything anybody on the left tells them. Here's the problem. Since the left been lying about so many things, right? It's easier for the left to gas them up. Now, let me understand what the truth really is. All right? The lies have been this serious. Toilet paper. Toilet paper. You have to think, who in the hell told people that toilet paper was some kind of a remedy to this thing where it caused a run on all stores and they ran out of toilet paper? What rumor on the left was started to cause people things that the least problems is going, wait a minute, then why you need toilet paper? It doesn't cause sneezing. But then you would take tissue with you. So again, why do you need toilet paper? So YouTube and Facebook will allow truth. They try to shut that down. If you are a truth teller, they try to shut you down. But lies, and then, okay, yeah, this toilet paper thing is out of hand. By the time the news chimed in, what does this show you? That for all the research, because here's the thing, with an independent person like myself, when I do research on stuff, if I don't show you the data that I'm using, right? Even though you all know that per my job, I am a lab tech. I want you to understand that for a hot second. I was in a discussion where this BAW was trying to argue with me. I want y'all to understand this. The BAW was trying to argue with me over what a white blood cell is. Now, y'all know my job. I was a lab tech, retired as a lab technician. My job was to sit up under a microscope and many times count not only how many white blood cells you had, but what types you had, because they were significant into understanding what kind of infection or ailment might have been bothering you. See, because you got different types of white blood cells that show up for different types of things, all the way up to just heavy metal poisoning, right? You have what normally should happen, and then you have what is out of the ordinary, or what are called atypical situations, right? I am arguing with somebody that absolutely have no scientific background, but they have that gel cell HOTEP school of fake science education. All right, I want y'all to understand that. And these people have the audacity to argue with me with no form of education, and then because they read something in a HOTEP book, and literally they cited the HOTEP book, which has no grounding in science. And when I say science, I'm not even talking about Caucasian science. This HOTEP book has no grounding in Afro science. See, what y'all don't understand is science, when we talk about the body, came out of Africa and was taught to the Greeks. I want y'all to understand this. So if you're really Hotep and really pro-black, then you would understand that the advancements we made with understanding things has its roots in Africa. All right? So even though it has its roots in Africa, people can take something from the roots, get a microscope, and then understand something. All right? White blood cells aren't white. They're just called white because they fight infections. And if you are in a society that wanted to take credit for everything, then yeah, you would see why they would go ahead and call white blood cells white blood cells instead of black blood cells. Right? Now, when we look in the microscope, first of all, we stain the cells. We stain the cells with something called Wright stain. All right. So when we stain the cell with Wright stains, that's WRIGHT stains. All right. Then we see the cells as bluish purple to pink to orange. All right, bluish purple, pinkish to orange. So when we call them white cells, but technically speaking, the cells don't look white to us in the lab because when we stain them, first of all, the cells are just clear. All right, why they call them white cells, we don't know, but they don't call them white cells because they appear to be white. And I think what they did was, well, red cells appear red, so these cells that are translucent, we'll call them white. Kind of makes sense for the guy who's the first one to see them under the microscope. All right. So how about I am arguing with these females is because the media have gotten these females so gassed up into not respecting Afro men. It's ridiculous. And these are the same crazy people running out, grabbing up all the toilet paper out of Walmart, which has nothing to do with the virus. All right. This stuff is beyond stupid. All right. Let me take a moment and I'll be right back.
You know, it's they're acting up. Y'all, just discuss, why do you think people came up with the toilet paper thing? Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Like I say, my stuff just do funny things, right? So, hey, all right, let's see who popped in. Hey, what's up, Captain Marble? Hey, what's up, Christopher Lane? All right, so let me read some of these comments real quick. I'm just rest right here for a hot second. All right, so toilet paper has nothing to do with anything. All right, let's start with that. What's up, Alan Adams? All right. Now, one of the things is that, what's up, Dell? All right. One of the things is that anything that has a mortality rate is dangerous. All right, let's get that out of the way. From the flu to the cold to this virus. All right. Now, what I think is happening with all the panic is that, one, the media has been an abject failure. And in order to try to be on top of everything, the media did everybody a disservice. All right? Because they wanted to be on top of everything. So they did everyone a disservice. The media gassed up their cohorts, and since most of the people do that they gassed up are people that don't look into the background of anything. Here's the thing, and I was thinking about this, and the reason why they gas people up, because the economy, let's be real, was going so well with Trump that they was like, okay, we finally got something that might stick with him. We finally got something, and if we gas these people up enough, if we gas these people up enough, we can turn the election on its head. And that's the problem. That's the major problem that I have with how the media came at this. That was initially how they decided to approach this. But as they saw that, wait a minute, they caused, and not only a panic, but this is a worldwide panic. This is a worldwide panic. The other thing that is causing these people to do is they went and bought out all the hand sanitizers and stuff. If you're at home, understand this. If you are at home, the worst thing you can do, all right, I want y'all to understand this. If you're at home, the worst thing you could do is hand sanitizers. I'm going to tell you why. When you're at home, washing your hands is better than using hand sanitizer, because what starts to happen is you start to create super bacteria. You start to create bacteria that's going to be resistant to any kind of remedy. All right. The term MRSA. MRSA stands for methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. MRSA is known as the hospital disease. Many people get it while in the hospital. What makes MRSA so bad is it was something, it was a bacteria, Staphylococcus aureus, right? That was hit with so many antibiotics because you're in a hospital that it started to develop an immune response. The Staph aureus, started to develop an immune response to the medications that was used to fight it. So as it regenerated, this is why when they're giving you antibiotics, they tell you take all the antibiotics all the way to the end. Why? Because if you stop halfway, the bacteria that is left are going to have what they need to build up a defense against the antibiotics that you are currently on. All right, that's the problem. All right, that is the problem right there. So they tell you to take them all. In this case, one of the, hey, Simplify USMC vet. One of the main things that's going on here is they haven't told the public how this thing works, how this thing takes the life. All right. When we discussed HIV, AIDS, what happened is they said, oh, it destroys the T cells, which sends a precursor, a signal to have other cells come and fight off invasion. Well, because the signal isn't sent, then people die, usually of pneumonia. People die of a secondary infection. It's like the HIV takes out the T cells. Now you have nobody to warn everybody, and now it goes in and destroys you from the inside out because there's nobody to give a warning. There's nobody to say the British are coming, because it's like, what would have happened? The best way to put it, you heard the story of Paul Revere. He went through ringing a bell. The British are coming. The British are coming. So the question is, then what would have happened had somebody came and took out the messenger? And that's how you look at that. We know basically how every other thing shuts down the body except for this. And we can't know it is because a lot of these people on the media, on CNN and stuff like that, they need to tell us everything else that's going on outside of this thing here. See what I mean? They need to give us some more stuff that has nothing to do with this. All right, and this is the problem. That's what we're not getting. We're getting a whole bunch of fear tactics. All right, I want y'all to understand. We're getting a whole bunch of fear tactics, but we're not getting anything that helps the situation. All right. Let me see. I was thinking it was staged by actors so that your everyday average American can go and follow suit. And let's talk about the staging. So one of the things is, it seems that melanated people, the more melanated you are, the more resistant that you are to that. All right. And understand, we said resistant, not you won't get it. So that's why they had Idris Elba and some other famous person come out and say they had it. You see what I mean? Because they're using the actors. Like if people start to understand some things, they use the actors to refute it. All right. And so no one trusts a country or a system where the people we watch movies, where you use them to give the messaging. especially when you have HIPAA laws where they're not supposed to be, oh, this, that, and the other. All right. And they're telling you all these famous people that tested positive. Hey, what's up, Rolling Handy? All right. And so basically, this is one virus that does not act like a virus. All right. But this is one virus that has exposed this country for how treacherous it really is when it comes to dealing with one another. All right. And that's the one thing I want y'all to understand. All right. Let me do this. My phone is trying to overheat. Oh, yeah. Take this. All right. Hold on for a second. Woo, that was close. I'm moving my phone to a better spot. Yep, it was trying to overheat. Now let me put this down. Put this down. Okay. See if that takes care of some things. Yeah, so it's trying to turn off. So that's why that keeps going in and out. All right. All right. And so there's a couple of things that happen as a result of the toilet paper thing. All right. I mean, and I'm saying downright disgusting. Right. So I was talking on my Facebook, and I was talking about a woman that I met in Walmart that has an immunocompromised niece or something. All right. So the niece is immunocompromised. All right. And so what happened is that the niece was not able to. So let me see if this works. The niece was not able to get some of the stuff that she needed because the people hoarded it up. All right. So the people hoarded it up. People went into Walmart and stuff. Hold on. Let me do this like this. One moment. Okay, so what happened is, put this down a little more. Is that as low as it goes? Here we go. Put it just one click. There we go. And then put some air on it. So what the people did is they went into Walmart and hoarded everything up. All right. When they hoarded everything up, it left immunocompromised people without the ability to get sanitizer anymore. And the biggest problem with that is when these people did that, they're now price gouging on eBay. The people in the gold and silver markets, they're price gouging. Um, they're showing you that there is no integrity and honest left in people that do businesses in the United States or the individuals themselves. All right. All right. So in the lab, right? In the lab, each day we deal with we deal with all these things that can kill you by making sure we're clean, we're protected, we wash our hands. At the end of the day, our day only ends after each shift wipe down the countertops they've been working on. All right. How we wipe down the countertops? We take a 10% bleach water solution. That's what we do. 10% of bleach in water. And we wipe down our countertops. None that we don't dry them off, we just wipe them down. All right. So after we wipe them down, we good. We're good after we wipe down the countertops. We don't get involved with all the craziness. We take care of things the way it's supposed to be taken care of, right? The problem is we got so many dirty people that live unsanitized lives that they have to be afraid of everything. All right. Now we're dealing with dirty-minded people that see, ooh, we got this thing, this disease, and instead of helping one another, we're going to take advantage of other people. And that's their thing. They want to take advantage of other people. That's the country we're living in. Everybody in the media, for I don't know how long, on the right and left, had told people to pick sides. All right. We have been in a spot, especially as Afro men, where we have been seen as a target to keep quiet because unlike any other group in the United States, when we speak of something, not only do we maybe have the scientific knowledge to back it up, but we have how the state have been treating us. We have how, say, the BAW have been treating us. We have in our arsenal of truth how others have been treating us to be able to tell people, you know what? This is what you need to watch out for because this is our experience. All right? Unlike any other people, when we talk, we say, this is our experience. This is what the country, this is what the thing, this is what our women, this is what the children, this is what everybody did to us, good or bad. But when you look at our lives, you will see most of it as bad. only ones that can have that claim throughout the history. We will say when, especially Caucasians, well-meaning as they might be, will come up and say, well, this is what happened. No, we'll be like, no, my grandfather said this is what actually happened. Like buck breaking. Oh no, people weren't just hung up. This is what really happens during that process. It's not only that. There are things that get cut off. There are things that get mutilated. By the time they hear the whole story, then they will be like, oh my God, what kind of people were we? And since it's still happening, what kind of people are we? Right? And so this virus, the virus, right? This particular one, this C-Virus, I'm going to call it that because I don't know. And here's the point. This is how bad companies like YouTube and Google made lying the preference. That you can't say what this thing really is and where it was created. Even though there's a history of where it was created. If we were able to be openly honest, about where this thing was created, we could rally together, the scientists, and we could have had an easier time with coming up with a solution. Because a lot of times the solution starts with the origin of the problem. But we can't do that because you can't tell the truth. All right? Anytime you tell the truth, Facebook will shut you down. Google will shut you down. This is the state that we're living in, where the truth is no longer tolerated and the lie is preferred over the truth. So when you get into a situation like this, now you got a bunch of people that can't trust nobody because they know what liars the media is. They don't trust the government because the media has always gassed you up to pick a side. Why? For ratings. Why? For power. You can't trust a lot of people in power because these people, in order to remain in power, destroy other people. I want you to think about that. They said in order to remain in power, political power, shiesty stuff, we're going to have people die accidentally in custody. All right? Think about that for a second. We're going to have all this wickedness going on. And don't worry about the people because we don't care about them. And we got everything working to our ends. Do you know? Somebody pointed this out. Do you know that the liberal is at the head of almost every organization with the exception of the presidency and the Senate? When there isn't equal power sharing, then you have a problem. All right. And we're talking about not a little problem. It's a USDA grade A super problem. All right. You have a real significant problem. All right. And this is bad, folks. This is really, really bad. We are in a country where you got one group of people that literally run everything. And this whole thing is to control how you think. Not only how they control how you think, is they'll control what you think about. There's only one story on the news all day, every day. And that shouldn't be, because other important things are happening. But you only got one story on the news all day, every day. Tell me who don't believe that that's an issue. All right. So let's see. And they may not. All right. They may not, but they'll be used because they're actors to put out a message and a narrative. Hey, what's up, Melanated Square? All right, so here's the thing. All right, let's see. So yeah, y'all are looking at the figures. Y'all are looking at the figures, right? All right. I'm not saying who does or does not have it, but what I'm saying is that, oh, the coronavirus was featured on The Simpsons. The stuff that we're going on, that we're going through now was featured on The Simpsons. It was literally featured on The Simpsons. I actually saw the show again because somebody else saw the show and then put it down. They like, the coronavirus was on The Simpsons. All right, and so here's the thing, though. Here is the thing, virus. The problem with this virus is this, that I don't know why my phone is doing what it's doing, but the problem with the virus is this, that um, the problem with the virus is this, that it generally exposes us for who we are as a country. All right, it generally exposes us for who we are as a country. It showed you that this country is in bad shape, especially the way the media got people to treat other people. What's worse is if you look at our community, if brothers don't understand we need to leave it, all right, during this quarantine, how many people, how many of you have somebody that whomever you're with is somebody you could trust? What's up, Dark Lord of? Did I get you, Dark Man? And with these vaccines. And so basically, all right, and then when we do try to tell the truth, we've been shut down. Because when organizations like YouTube and Google shut down truth and tell you the only way we'll monetize your channel is if you take videos that are true about your history and the history of your people, you got to take those down because the only thing we allow is Caucasian history from the point of view of Caucasians. We're the victors. This is our platform. All right, let me say this again. YouTube and Facebook are the only corporations that's allowed to openly discriminate against Afro people in action, and more specifically, straight Afro males in action. All right. When you do this over and right, and here's the other thing, they're not even telling people how you die from this. Does it shut down the respiratory system? That's what it looked like it does. Period. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Whether I die or live, I really don't care. It's how I die or live that I care more about. I'm sitting here in Mississippi wishing that I was in Brazil or the Philippines. All right, seriously. I've been sitting on Facebook arguing with people. Now, y'all know my credentials. I've been sitting on Facebook in arguments with people that don't understand. Let me see if I can pull this lady up. C-Vir. All right. Talking about unless I'm a microbiologist. And I was like, you stupid C-Vir. This is the stuff that I got to put up with, right? And she didn't answer me. She didn't answer me because, and this is the ignorance that's coming from this stuff. Microbiologists don't deal with red cells and white cells. We're arguing about red cells and white cells. Now, understand what she's now understand the deflection tactic. Oh, you can't stand your people. And I'm the one, I'm thinking, think about this. Look at this. All right. And she's the one that's telling me, I don't know if this is going to be backwards, but she's the one that's telling me they have research that I lack, right? And I had expressed to this person that my job was literally to look in the microscope and count cells, white cells in particular. Now, she got love from 3 females for that comment telling me, so it's females that think they have research, right? It's females that think they have research out here fighting against an Afro man whose literal job for at least 20 years to look in the microscope, understand this, to look in a microscope and count cells. This was the conversation that started it all. And this is the BAWs, y'all. This is the ignorance. Now, if you read the comment, it says you lack white blood cells that are called, hold it. All right. If you lack white blood cells, that is not called HIV/AIDS. This woman says there is no such thing as autoimmune. The same one that's talking about. So basically, your body does fight itself. That's what cancer is. Well, it isn't your body fighting itself. It's overproducing cells. And the liver makes the blood. Hold on. These are a bunch of females talking. The BAWs, right? The BAWs are telling each other that the liver makes the blood. All right. Now, I am going to tell you, when you have jacked up blood cells and we need to irradiate them, you need a bone marrow transplant. Do you know why they do a bone marrow transplant? Because your bone marrow makes the blood, not the liver. But I didn't understand that I was arguing with a bunch of BAWs. And these are the same BAWs that will block me for trying to teach them something or tell them the truth. All right? I mean, really. And they're arguing with a person whose literal job for all these years was to sit there and count the different types of white cells, to count how many red cells you have, to count how much hemoglobin you have in your red cells, to do a hematocrit, to see how much the ratio of red cells to plasma. All right, what's up, young boy 24? And giving each other some love and some depth, because the liver makes the blood. And do you know what for the truth for me? Insults. I want y'all to understand that. For telling the truth, guess what I got from these BAWs? Insults. That's what you get from the BAWs when you tell the truth. You get insulted, and then as a group, you see how a bunch of other BAWs to her defense when she is completely wrong and dangerously wrong. All right. Hey, what's up, John Jay? It's dangerously wrong to be given a hard time to them. The brothers that tell the truth. When you're in the habit of blocking the brothers that tell the truth, then how are we? Hey, when you literally make a habit of blocking the brothers that's telling the truth. All right. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna move to a different spot. I don't even know why I'm breaking up. Right? Because I got full signal. So the only reason for me to be breaking up is YouTube. All right, they always do some foul mess when I put out the truth, especially when I point out what the BAWs are doing, like, and the foul crap that they're doing, how they come against us, right? So basically, let me just say this: I came here to Mississippi to visit somebody. Well, visit a couple of people, so I saw a few, but the main person tried to get me caught up in a cross, right? All right, but I had a lot of people I wanted to see, so that's why I made the trip. And I was bored just sitting around at the house, not. I am tired of having to deal with them on this level of ignorance where they think they're right about everything because all right, so there is a serious lack of trust. There's a serious lack of trust in them. You don't know who's trying to set you up. All right, you're trying to set you up. They really don't care about you, and the fact that you cannot discuss things with them, that should tell you all you need to know. The fact that you cannot discuss anything with them. All right. And that's the problem that I'm having. I'm like, how can you be for somebody, be with somebody that you can't discuss anything with? How can you be with someone that you cannot talk to at all? How can you be with somebody when they tell you, well, you can't talk about politics, religion, and no, you lost me. All right. And then when you really look at it, look at what our children have for families doing this, what people are saying as a result of this crisis. It is a crisis. It's a manufactured crisis that has turned into a real crisis. That's what this is. Oh, it's definitely 100% a real crisis. But it started off as a manufactured crisis to build up political points, but now it's turned into a real crisis because instead of dealing with this like scientists, people decided to deal with this, well, from the point of view of the media. Point grabbing, political. And all because people think that we should be a part of a political party. And I was like, those are the biggest problems and the worst problems we have is people that think Oh, I was born a Democrat, I'll die a Democrat. No, it's all about being Republican. No, it ain't all about being Republican. It ain't all about being Democrat. It's all about being smart and understanding that all politics is a bunch of people that want to con you into going against your interest. That's what that is. It's a bunch of people that wants to con you into going against your interest. All right. And it is so easy to do. It is so easy to do because they're proving it. All right. They're like, oh, this is just too easy. But now that they have let that cat so out of the bag that people are going crazy, they're like, oh, holy cow. We need to back off this for a little bit. All right. Now, on the investment front, this is something I found out. It is not good to invest in anything in the United States. If you can, just save your money if you can. All right. Be careful about investing. Be careful about investing. Because one of the other things in this crisis that came out is none of these companies in the United States are operating honestly. I bought some silver. Silver went up. Should have been able to sell it back. But what the person did was they canceled my order so that they could charge me the higher rate. All right. I am currently do that. They did it. They shouldn't be allowed to do it, but they did it. All right, there is a lot of shisty stuff going on. All right, there's a lot of shisty stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff these people are doing that is just so wrong on so many levels, right? And one of them is you cannot trust the integrity of the businesses anymore. All right. So I'm gonna tell you what happened when silver went all the way down, and I'm gonna tell you what the companies are doing. It is we need to stop investing in the markets in the United States. All right, brothers, we need to stop that. I don't know what we need to do yet, but that's what we need to talk about. We need to talk about what we need to do next, right? But the markets ain't it, because the markets are now doing things in a racial way. This thing has exposed everything for what it is. So let me tell you what happened. Last week, I bought a bunch of silver because it was down, right? Now, I buy physical silver because just in the market, by the time you get hit with all the taxes and stuff. So I bought physical silver. What the company did was on Monday, they gave me a refund for the silver that I bought because the silver that I bought went up for each roll $250. So basically, from the time I bought the silver to last month to Monday, I made $750. So instead of sending me my merchandise, what they decided to do they said no inventory, all right, and refunded the money. That's illegal. You either have to give me the silver or you have to give me the value of the silver the day you decided to refund the money. Right? And that is the problem. Right now, silver is down to $12, but in the United States, in order to ship it to you, what the companies are doing, again, another shiesty thing is they're putting a $7.95 premium on each coin, which then makes silver, which is only worth $12, now $20. In other words, the companies are artificially inflating the value of the silver because so many people was trying to buy it. And a lot of people weren't trying to buy silver. You have certain companies that was trying to hoard the silver. All right. All right. So the premiums and what they're doing. So those are not premiums. Those are extra fees they're putting on top of it. In other words, so there is no honesty or integrity in the United States anymore. All right. There's no honesty. I'm telling you, this virus exposes a lot. It exposes a lot. All right. It exposes that the United States is no longer in businesses or anything a trustworthy country. You can't trust anybody doing anything in the United States. They have lost all credibility in the United States right now. This virus exposes. See, everybody's worried about the virus, whether they're going to live or die. I'm telling you, what the virus has exposed, one, we as Afro men cannot trust anybody. Two, these people do not deal honestly. Period. All right. There is no integrity. And when it comes down to it, I need to see, I'm going to make a phone call, but I need to see how my silver that I should have had is going to be treated. I'm going to see what the company is going to do about it, because those people owe me money. I bought 3 rolls. They owe me $250 per roll. All right. And how they did this was real different too. All right. So basically, all right, we are in a place where you can't trust anybody. All right. And we got to figure out things for ourselves. And I'm going to tell you why we can't do anything. It's all about money and power. But our problem is who we give money to and who we don't give money to. All right. I'm going to break it down like this. Many of y'all know that all the money that I got that I've ever made on my channel literally went back to, and then some of my retired money went back into the community where I helped brothers go back to college, where I was helping children. Everything I made from all the donations on YouTube and everything, to the point when I sell my stuff that I'm not using, all of it goes to helping out other brothers, other Afros, other children. I don't care the race of the children. All right. But and so when you go and look at who we give money to, as a people, we give most of our money to people that talk about their experience on how many women they smashed in a foreign country. We give money to people that don't give it back. And I'm talking about us. We give money to the us's that don't give back to the community. We'll give them hundreds of dollars. But the guys that literally take the funds and put it back in to the community in a way that does good for brothers and the look of brothers overall, right? We don't give to that brother. We don't give to any of those brothers. All right. The problem with the stock market is that the capital gains and all of that, everybody wants, it's not a good time to invest in the stock market. It's a good time just to save your money. Period. It is a good time just to save your money. Use your money to get your credit score up. Why? Because at the end of the day, what is the purpose of money? The purpose of money is to be a tool so that you could do stuff that you want to do. That's the purpose of money. It is a tool to do stuff if you want that you want to do. Okay, so I want to travel. I want to help children. I want to make friends in other places. Maybe find me a woman. All right. So I don't need to invest in the stock market to do that. All right. What I need to do is be able to use my income the way I need to use it. To bring myself to a state where I'm earning enough money. Well, for me, I did that already, where I could do these things. All right. And so, truth be told, a lot of brothers are not in careers. Truth be told, a lot of brothers are not in careers that enable them to do stuff like that. And that's because on our credit and everything, we had our mamas and our mamas and stuff mess our credit up before we got going out of the house. What's up, Lord Vader? All right. All right. And so this is the status that we've been going through. All right. This thing right here has this, it has exposed from, all right. This thing right here has this, it has exposed from social media level based on racism. You got YouTube and Facebook that block people that would tell the truth, that could have prepared people to not panic. All right. And what the panic did was it caused more harm to those that are going to be immunocompromised. Right. We have, just a lot of things when you look at it, right? We have a level. I'm going to go, but we have a level. We have a meanness. That's what we got going on here. Mean. They take advantage of the people that don't have. We have people that have investing yourself by cleaning up your credit first, because that's the society. In which we live right now. All right, can we be real? Why? Because if we want to, I've been able to, with my credit, buying and selling gold. Buying and selling gold is only liquid to Caucasian people once you leave the country. All right. And this is something that found out. We found out the hard way. All right. So let me tell you what happened. And you got a dark matter. You got people profiting. Well, I took my gold. Now this is what I'm saying. Credit score is way more important than how much gold I had and how much silver I had. Me if I use gold and silver. And this is how I found this out. So we go to a gold market and they wanted to buy my gold back $300. That's worth the color of my skin. That's what dealing when you're dealing in these markets and you leave the United States, you're going to have to deal person to person. All right. When gold and silver in the United States, I get an advantage. You can't. I was in another country, dark matter. Right? And that's the thing, right? In these states, now that might be for the situation that I talked with that happened here. That's going to be my next step. Thank you, dark matter. That is an excellent idea. But I'm gonna give them a chance to fix what happened first, right? But man, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Good of a let me. Oops, is that it? Yeah, I had to screenshot that. Okay, so what happened is when we went in. So remember, I told he like that. But what Francisco did was he was able to get more for the silver than me. He was able to get more for the silver than me. Matter of fact, he got the premium that he's the color of my skin. When you're dealing with gold and silver, if you can't do everything online, with being able to physically receive and physically ship it, right? Then they will cheat you. And then when you're dealing with this, when you have such a big drop and then a run on the market because of the drop, they will cheat you. All right. And so it is something that I am going to report to the Security and Exchange Commissions after I see, because I had written about the problem, and so I'm gonna deal with it then. All right, but all right, the nature of the beast is such that. Let me see something. The nature of the beast is such that. There we go. The nature of this beast is such that you got a group of people that, as a result of this, they know what's going on, and they are literally cheating people on purpose because it's what this country does. And that is this country does one thing, is to take advantage of people of stress. And that is this country does one thing, is to take advantage of people of stress. We don't come over. The media, Facebook and YouTube have made relationships between human beings in the United States so toxic, each of another group that we're done. Don't even know how else to say it. All right. So, brothers, I'm going to be out for right now. I might do another one later. All right. So that's where we stand right now. Box, those that can, and y'all probably don't have it to donate anyway. So we'll just deal with that when all this mess is over. Because truth be told, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go anywhere next month and in May. I'm planning by ear. All right. Everybody has been doing their little shutdown things, so I'm playing everything by ear. But one of the things that I do know is that understand that this female, the main one that I came up here to see, was no good, still no good. But I kind of figured that that's why I set up a lot of other things to do. And again, this virus is showing you the true nature of people in the United States and how far we as a people in the United States have fallen from grace. And the fact that in all of this, I would prefer to be in Brazil, maybe stuck in a favela. All right. It speaks volumes of the United States. There's a lot of brothers that feel this way. Just the betrayal against us is even talk to anybody when you. I told this woman to look up my credentials. And she still, instead of doing that, wanted to argue about what I don't know. And when she said, you need to be a microbiologist, well, I am one. But we were talking about red cells and white cells. That's a hematologist, which I'm one of those too. See how ignorant these females are? But you can't talk to them and tell them the truth. You can't talk people to H8 people that they said they were trying to stop. They have promoted. Only they promoted it coming from one side as it's the other side said no. Don't bring that to me. I'm gonna give it back to you. Remember, H8 is in the Bible so many times. You know how the Most High do detest abomination and all the rest of that stuff. This is what media has heard, and this is what our very own people have spurned. And this is the nature of who we are now. Period. That's the nature of who we are. All right. So with that said, I'm out. I'm gonna make this call. Then I'm gonna call the Security and Exchange Commissions. Yeah. Thanks, brother. All right. I might have to do this the long way.